Hi everybody, this is Montina with Modest Perfections, and today, tonight rather, I want to talk about manifesting and um, just the power of visualizing and bringing things into existence. I really want to talk about it. So, first of all, I want to show you guys my vision board, but I kind of want to wait because I still have things on there that I'm working on bringing into the earth realm. But I will say that so far for this year, just about everything that I have on there, because the way I set my vision board up, I bought this pretty pink cute little board from Burlington. It has like the little fur on the background. It's so cute. And I think I have a picture of it. And it has 12 clips on there, which was so odd because it's 12 months in a year. So what I did was cut out little cards and I wrote down my goals for each month and clipped it on there. And then I made another vision board to go along with that with just like pictures of words or whatever. But this was my first time ever doing a vision board with monthly goals. And just when I say just about everything on there has been hit, it has been hit. The only thing I could say that I really haven't done, it was two things so far, which I feel like it's still going to manifest. It's just that you can't put a time on certain things. You have to let the universe and God work in their timing. And the more that I'm manifesting these other things, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, I can wait on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, one of them was love. I feel like I'm still going through these other karmic cycles first, where I'm having to like end things for good with people from the past, especially. Like I've had so many people just reach out to me from the past, and it was like I had to apologize to them for how I hurt them or things I may have said to them. I even like just recently had somebody the other day like that was like going bananas on me, like he was just crazy though. Like he couldn't help himself. But I didn't give him the response, and I think it was all just a test from God. I didn't give him the response that I normally would have given him. Like back in the day, he would have gotten a really bad response from me, but I just did not. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm so happy about that. It's like when you pass tests that you know you couldn't pass in the past, and it's like it's being presented to you again, how you handle it, and you know you handled it right. And it's just like I could just, I don't know, I feel so much peace. And it's like I even feel the peace to just reach out to him and say, I forgive you for what you just, for what you did. And I may even do that because that's something I done thought about a few times a day. Like, just to let them know, I forgive you. I'm not even holding it against you because everybody is human. And I feel like that's part of manifesting too. It's forgiveness. It's like one of the biggest ones where you really learn to like just let shit go. Like when you start understanding people and seeing people through the eyes of God, seeing people from a different perspective instead of from your own selfish mindset. And I say that because, when somebody hurts us, it's easy for us to be like, look what they did to me. How dare they do that to me? As opposed to, like, even with the example when I gave y'all about what the guy did to me at McDonald's, when the man called me the bitch or whatever, I feel like I had a selfish mindset. I don't feel like I should have got so upset because if I had just seen him for what it was, like the man had to be on drugs. You know what I mean? So it's just like, even though he disrespected me, I feel like, yeah, he disrespected me, of course, and he should be put in his place for that. But it's a way to go about doing things. Like, I have to stand in my power at the end of the day. And I feel like I didn't stand in my power. I feel like I feel like I stepped down a few notches because I was about to get on the level with him. You know what I mean? That I didn't have to get on. Even though I still kind of handled the situation in the all right way. Like, better than I would have handled it in the past. Because in the past, I would have tried to climb through the window. So I definitely feel like I did much better, but I know that I still could have done much better. So I feel like that also has something to do with manifesting. like the tests that come along the way. Like, okay, we're about to bless you with this, but can you handle this? You know what I'm saying? If I bless you with this, can you handle this? So let me see if you can pass that test first. Are you being a good steward over the things that I blessed you with? Have you been grateful? Do you have an attitude of gratitude? Those sorts of things. Are you being focused? Are you all caught up in your ego or your flesh? What are you entertaining right now? Are you, because I know me, I love me some music. And it's so hard for me to give up music sometimes. It's like, oh, no, I don't want to give up my Bone Thugs and Harmony. I just want to sit there and rap it all night. Yeah, I literally did this the other night. I stayed up all night and watched Bone Thugs and Harmony videos on YouTube and literally rapped those videos all night long. Like, I can do that all night. I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. If y'all see this video, I love y'all. I have been a fan of y'all since I was in middle school, which was a long time ago. And I don't have a favorite. It's hard for me to pick one. And a lot of people like, I mean, because I love Crazy Bone, right? I'm like, dang, crazy. Like, I be like, woo! You know what I'm saying? When I be hearing him rap, right? But then when I listen to Busy Bone, I was like, God damn, Busy. But then when I listen to Lazy Bone, I'm like, shit, now Lazy spitting right down now. And then when I hear Wishbone, I be like, Wishbone got that soul. And then when I hear Flesh, I be like, damn, look at how he chop his words up. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watched the interview, or like it was like a documentary that somebody had did on Bone. And I didn't like the fact that the man said that they all rap the same way. They just had different voices. That's not true at all. Why am I talking about Bone Thugs and Harmony in my video right now? Like, I love Bone, but the video was not about this. But I'm gonna let it be about this because I actually want to manifest a session with them. I would love to get in the studio with them. Like, I would come out of retirement. I used to rap back in the day, y'all. I don't care if it's just making a beat for them. I would just love to be in the studio with them dudes and just be straight up in their vibe and like, yo, just rapping and just, you know what I mean? But, who knows? It might can happen. You never know. Like, God is so funny. Like, anything you imagine can really be possible. But anyways, I love to listen to music and stuff. So, but yeah, I didn't like how the guy said that they all sounded like, that they all rap the same exact way. They just had different voices. That is not true at all. The way that they all rap differently, but it all comes together and it just makes one sound. And that's why they cannot be duplicated at all. I don't care how many people try to copy that. Can't nobody do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can do it. Not the way they do it. Because, I mean, like, and then you got to think about the octaves and the pitches of their voices, the harmony that go along with that. Man, it's just insane. I just love them dudes. But yeah, and I think it's weird because I think they're all Virgos and Geminis. I don't think any of them are like fire signs. But they got that, they got, man, they're my people right there. I love Bone. But as far as manifesting, that was just like a whole like tangent. But as far as manifesting, and I promise y'all, I am gonna do like a Bone video one day. I might sit up one night and just rap all on YouTube one night. I just have to get in my zone when I'm not working and when I'm not extremely tired, because I work and then I work. And then outside of work, I'm studying. If I'm not studying, or reading rather, if I'm not doing that, and then I'm probably trying to relax, which is hard for me to relax because I have so much going on in life. And then I'm trying to plan stuff. I'm trying to, you know, keep up my list of things to do. Then I have to pray. Then I do readings. I just do a whole lot of stuff. So, but one night I might sit up here and actually, if I don't get in trouble with YouTube, I have to put that disclaimer on there that I don't own rights to their music and stuff like that. And I don't even know how they would feel about that. It's like, dang, I don't even want to touch their music like that because, you know, I would want them to give me permission to actually rap their music, like on YouTube. Because I see a lot of people that, you know, they do covers and stuff. Sometimes the artists don't like that. So, but if I did it, it would just really be all love. I wouldn't be trying to get no money off of it. It'd just be like, just me showing y'all like I could spit that bone on the drop of a dime if I wanted to. But Yeah, so manifesting, it starts, like I said, it starts in the heart, it starts in the mind. Whatever you think is possible, it is very possible. Anything you imagine, anything you talk about, like like making it, you can make the shit happen. If it's good or bad, you can literally sit there and dwell on something negative, and like in your brain, and really attract something negative. I've done that plenty of times in the past. Like, I've done that plenty of times. Like, I might be about to go out and just be on my mind, like, yo, I'm about to go do some crazy shit tonight, and I'll be damn, I end up doing something crazy. Or you can do something, you can think positive, and what can you do on a positive level? You know what I mean? Like, what are your plans? What do you want to do? So for me, the way I manifest, the best thing for me, I love to write stuff down. And I actually had a guy tell me, like, stop writing stuff down. I'm like, yeah, you need to stop writing it down. I'm like, I'm not about to stop writing shit down, because I know when I write something down, it's gonna happen. My meditations, I write my meditations down, I write my dreams down. I write down the things that I hear God telling me, or the universe telling me, you know, my spirit telling me. Everything, I write it down. It's just I have to, because I love to go back and read it, for one. And I also like to go back and be like, oh, I remember writing that down. You know what I mean? And then plus, when you write stuff down, it helps you to remember, so you don't forget it. Even when I'm reading stuff. Now, I do like to write stuff down as I'm reading. If you want to call that studying, I guess you can. But I did learn that, you know, when you are reading and you write stuff down, you retain 90% of the information, as opposed to just reading it where you only retain 10% of the information. I prefer to write the stuff down and retain at least that 90%. Because I'm just, you know, our brains, man, they get fogged up with bullshit like cupcakes, you know, sugar, shit that I be eating. I don't got no business eating. So, yeah, manifesting, whatever it is that you want, you know, and just be open to God, be open to the universe. And my biggest thing with manifestation is that you have to really relinquish control. I have learned that, like, over the past couple of months, like, relinquish control, let control go. Don't focus on how it's going to get done. You cannot focus on how it's going to get done, no matter what it is. You can't focus on that. You have to focus on, this is what's going to be. You know what I'm saying? This is what already is. This is what I know is going to happen. This is what's already happening in the orchestra behind me. It's already being played in the background. It's already happening. Dun 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 dun. Like, it's already happening. Dun 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? And then there go the big boom. Like, here it is. It's being presented to you. You know, it's like, it's just coming down out of the sky, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, just let it happen in the background. You know, when you put it up there, like, you work towards it, of course. But when I say, like, let go of control, it's like, for example, I would be like, okay, when I would do vision boards in the past, okay, I have all this stuff on there. Okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that, so I can get this, and so I can get that, so this can happen for me. No, that's because at that point, you're being, which we are gods, because God made us God, but you're, like, not letting the ultimate, most high God do God's job. You know what I mean? You're not letting the creator have its way. You're not letting the universe move on your behalf. You're interrupting it. You're like the interceptor. So you have to stop, step back on the outside of it, and watch it take place. And whenever you are given a signal or something, or, you know, okay, here's a clue for you, and it's the index card, because it really is like clues. You know, it's like, oh, here's a clue. Go to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So you, boom, you go there, and then, okay, you do what you're supposed to do, and then you wait. Then it's like, okay, go such and such. Do this. Okay, you get there, and you do what you're supposed to do, and you wait. and you just keep receiving instructions and you keep going. The thing that I love about life is that the manifestations, the purpose never ends until you end. So you don't end until your purpose ends, unless you are prematurely taken out of here, which God forbid. I don't wish that on nobody, but I think that's the beautiful thing about life is when we are manifesting, like, the journey never ends. It's a never ending journey. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Everybody has their own personal legacy that they have to leave here. And it's sad because, with the world that we live in, we become indoctrinated. We have these standards that we have to uphold and live by. You got to put your kids in school. You have to take them to the doctors, or DSS is going to get involved if they don't go to a medical doctor. Socializing, come and socialize with these people. You got to have a 9 to 5 because you want the American dream. All this bullshit that's not, like, it means nothing. That shit means nothing. The indoctrination. Like, I wish that, which we should have freedom, but, we do to a certain extent. Because it's like, okay, we live here and we're part of this regular society. So yeah, you gotta go to school. But like, I wish I would have never put my kids in regular school. I wish I would have never went to school, because at that point we became conditioned, and we get taught limitations. We get taught, limitations, restraint. Then you got to think about the teachers that you have, especially being black, in predominantly white schools. And sometimes, and it's not even always that's not even always the case, but a lot of the times it can be where you have a teacher that's threatened by a child, because that child is so intelligent and they don't know how to engage that child. And instead of embracing that child, they end up verbally abusing that child, which then plants into that child's mind some type of doubt, a seed of doubt somewhere, or a seed of self-hate. And the child start growing up with issues, with problems. You know what I mean? And they think, oh, I can't do this because I remember. And they start looking back like, my second grade teacher, did this. Or, you know what I mean? Like, just stuff like that. And it's just, I wish that we didn't have to go through this shit, but it's just a part of life right now. But yeah, manifesting is very powerful. I'm going off on so many different things tonight. But it's just this is the stuff that's coming to my mind. So I would say, like, for that example, teach your children now while they are young. Don't let the teachers do all the work. Don't let the teachers be the main voice in their head. You know what I'm saying? Get your kids up. I tell my son all the time, you are a king, you are a god. You know what I mean? Like, get that shit in your kids. Embed that in your children. Because ain't nobody else gonna do that but you. And you don't want these principals and these teachers telling your children otherwise, like tearing them down, breaking their spirit. Because once they break their spirit, that child is not going to be able to manifest. That child is only going to live on society standards as opposed to what they really want to do in life. You know what I mean? Or they can have a misguided, they can be driven by misguided intentions, meaning external intentions, external goals. Letting people put pressure on them as opposed to doing what they truly are supposed to be doing in life. Thinking that, oh yeah, you gotta have this kind of a job, or you gotta go to college for these amount of years, you gotta have this degree, this is what makes you. Instead of living from the inside out, knowing that they are what makes the degree, knowing that they are what makes that job, knowing that they are what makes the money. You know what I'm saying? That it's not in reverse, because I feel like today there are so many people that let the money make them. They let the job, oh, I got this real good job, that shit go to their head, that makes them. Their clothes makes them. You got so many people that think a fucking pair of Jordans makes them. And that's some sad ass shit. Like, I see grown people now, I'm 37. I see people that I went to school with, people in my age group. To this day, they still taking pictures of the shoes that's on their feet, and they feel like that shit makes them. If I don't get these Jordans, then I'm not gonna be nothing. If I don't get these Jordans, ain't nobody gonna rock with me like that. And I think that's so sad. It's so sad because people really need that material possession to feel validated by everybody else, because they don't have that on the inside. They don't have they're not listening to they actually have it. They just don't listen to it. They haven't activated the God that's on the inside of them. They don't even know that they are God. They don't know. They feel like God is external, if they even believe in God. You know what I mean? So that's like a big thing to me, like that manifesting. And then like I tell my kids, like, you don't want to be trying to manifest stuff for the wrong reasons. So when you start doing your vision board and stuff and you trying to manifest, ask yourself, is this based on my ego, or is this based on like my heart? Is this based on what God wants for me? You know, I'm going to say this, like as far as my personal goals and stuff like that. So like I always, I've always loved mathematics. I always loved hair. I always loved music. But coming out here, because it was just like, I can't get my business off the ground. The struggle. Like, why people won't support me? I'm really good at what I do. And when I got out here, I had a newfound perspective. And that perspective, being in Colorado, showed me like, girl, you have much more meaning to the things that's on the inside of you. It's not about the talent, okay? Everybody has talent. It's about the gift that comes along with that talent. So like when the Bible talk about talents, it talks about gifts and talents. They're not the same thing. So when you have a gift to go along with that talent, to push that talent, a spiritual gift behind that talent, the purpose is much different. And it's not about being on the scene. It's not about being known for being really good at doing something. Your whole ego gets removed when the spiritual gifts get involved, because now you realize that you're doing the service for a higher purpose. You're doing the work to serve. You're not doing the work to make a life for yourself. No, you're doing the work because you realize that you are really here to serve other people. So, and then your gifts make room for you and bring you before great men. So it's like me doing hair. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay, that's fine and dandy. But me doing hair with the perspective that I have now, it's just like, okay, God, what's next? It's not about me making money. It's not about me paying the bills. I already know and that's another thing. My bills gonna get paid. It's about setting a standard with clients. It's about setting boundaries with people, letting them know I'm not finna take that shit. No, if you don't wanna goddamn pay right, then you go holler at whoever else. Don't come to me. It's not about, okay, yeah, girl, I'll work with you. It's not about none of that. It's about really being a business professional. But also when people come to me, they're not just getting a service. They're not just paying for a service. They're getting a gift that is attached. Every service that I do has the anointing attached to it. So it's not just about, oh, you about to look good, oh, you about to feel good. It's about what you about to leave with. Because you ain't gonna leave the same. By the time I finish with you, because I open myself up to God, open myself up to the Most High to work. And I mean work. When I say work, I mean to work, to bring forth healing to that person. It's transferred. I transfer the anointing into the individuals through God. You know what I'm saying? So they need healing in their body. Lord, show me. As I'm working, sometimes I just get quiet. I don't say nothing. I just be steady doing hair, letting God move. I remember one time I was doing this girl hair. She was like, your hands, oh my God, your hands feel like a heating pad. My hands were so hot because it was just, God was doing what God do in that person's head. Because you got to think now, I'm working on your head. I'm in your crown chakra. I'm at the top. You know what I'm saying? So It's just flowing all throughout the body, you know what I mean? And then I have to realize now, it's like, okay, they teach you in school when you go to, because I went to school to be a master barber. You know, after each client, wash your hands. But now it's like after each client, I not only have to wash my hands, I have to cleanse my energy. I have to cleanse myself, release, whatever it is, because you gotta realize when people come get their hair done, they come to talk to you. I have had very few people to come and not communicate. People come to me, they usually end up communicating. They gonna open up just like that, cause I'm a person that's easy to talk to. So I had to release all of that away from me, and I like to pour into people and encourage them. Like, that's the service. So that's part of what I have learned about, you know, doing the hair. It's about service, and it's not about me. Nothing that I do is about me. And so I'm so excited about manifesting. I'm so excited about the vision that God has given me now, as opposed to the vision that I had 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I had no, like, my mind was nowhere even near where it is now. Like, as far as what I was conceiving in my mind, you know, as far as my goals, you know what I mean? Nothing, I mean, nowhere near it. And it's just like all I had to do was open this up to God and just receive, like, okay. So be still and know that I am God. You know, be still and know that I am God. I forget what scripture that is, but that's one I hear right now. Is where you get in that space and it's like, okay, God. Yeah, because some of you may feel like this. It's like you may feel like you're at a dead end, like, you know, like, damn, I'm going to have to work for the rest of my life. You might feel like that, or you might feel like you're not getting anywhere. You may feel like nothing that you have written on your vision board is coming to pass. But be still and know that I am God. You know what I mean? Get in that space with God and listen. I had this guy one time. He was telling me, you know, how frustrated he was. He was going through some stuff. And he was telling me how he had been praying and talking to God. I talk to God every day. And you know what I asked him? I said, okay, have you listened to God? What did God tell you? So it's not even just about always talking. It's about listening. You know what I mean? Like, just listen. Just sit in that space and just listen. What is God telling you? What is the Spirit saying? I just said it on my video last night. What is the Spirit saying? Don't come to me telling me like, oh yeah, I've been talking to God and you can't tell me what God has told you. What is God saying to you? Not what I think God is saying to me or what I think God is telling me to do this. No. When God speaks to you, you're going to know it's God. When God tell you to go somewhere, you're going to know it's God. Just you got to sit there and be still. That's been in my spirit all day, really. Be still and know that I am God. Even with manifesting, you know, write the vision, making plain, though it tarries, wait for it because it is sure to come. So some things, you know, require patience. Just be patient and be working on yourself and having an attitude of gratitude while you're waiting for those things to come into you. An attitude of gratitude is so powerful. Yeah, I have to say thank you all. Like, I literally would be like, thank you, Lord, thank you, God, thank you for this. Go out and stand on my patio, thank God for the sun. Whenever the sun is out, because y'all don't know how much I appreciate having the sun. I love the sun. I love the sun. What else? I'm grateful to have the sun because out here in Colorado, it's cold. It get cold. It's cold outside right now. It was hot earlier today, but it's cold outside right now. It snows up here all the time. And so I'm grateful for that. So just, you know, be grateful even for what you think may be little to you could be major to somebody else. Like, it be some stuff like, and I'd be like, oh, that ain't nothing. And I have to stop myself and be like, you know what? To somebody else, that can be something really big. Let me be grateful. Be thankful. And when you start being thankful for every little thing, watch how abundant you become. And so I feel like abundance is hidden in gratitude. Your dreams, your aspirations, your goals, everything is hidden inside of gratitude and love. Like, those are the biggest things, if you ask me. If you walking in love, love is so powerful. Love is the most powerful force on the planet. Because love, like today, let me give y'all an example. I went to Captain D's tonight. I hadn't been to Captain D's in months because this lady called me Shaniqua. And I was like, do I look like my name Shaniqua to you? Like, what? I went off so bad on this lady, y'all. I went off so bad. And I was like so dignified when I went off on her. Like I was acting real high sedity with this lady. Like, it was just crazy. But I was being really ratchet at the same time because I really let her have it. Because she called me Shaniqua, and I was very insulted because I was like, how dare you call me Shaniqua? Because I had these box braids. I had like the long, thick box braids in my hair. I'm like, did you just assume my name was Shaniqua because I got these box braids in my hair and these hoop earrings and I'm a black woman and I got hips and curves? Like, I was rolling my neck going off on this lady, y'all. And I mean, I talked to the owner of the restaurant. I went off about this. I was like, I was going off. So, because when I walked in, she was just like, is it Shaniqua? And I was like, what? I went off so bad. But long story short, you know, that had happened. And I ended up going up to Captain D's today because I was like, I want some Captain D's. So I went today, and she was working in the window. I'll never forget her name. Her name was Maggie. And I said, hey, Maggie, I know you. I said, do you remember me? And she was like, no. I said, I'm the lady that you called Shaniqua that night. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, well, I wanted to apologize to you for how I reacted to you. Because instead of me reacting to what you did because you didn't know better, I should have responded. I should not have reacted. So I apologize for reacting to you that way because you didn't know better. And she was like, oh, it's okay. And I was like, do you forgive me? And she said, yes. And I was like, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to ask for your forgiveness. And I felt so good in that moment today. Because I was really like, I'm telling you, like, y'all, our ego, our flesh will put us in some shit that we don't even have to be in. Like, and I thought, like, you know, when it happened, I was like, that was some racist bullshit. How in the hell you just gonna assume that my name is Shaniqua just because I'm a black woman with these braids in my hair? Like, I was so mad. But looking back, I was like, she didn't know better. Some people really don't know better. And I know it's like, you know, a lot of us, we feel like we got to put, especially us black women, because we done been through so much shit. We've been hurt so much. And we don't know how to deal with things but we got to put a person in their place. We got to check them. Oh, I'm about to check their ass. I'm about to let their ass know. I'm about to put them in their... When we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. It's not necessary. You know, it's not necessary. And that's easier said than done. Especially if you're a person that's confrontational. I know I'm confrontational. Especially if you're a person you don't back down for shit. And I don't back down for shit. It's hard to swallow that pride. It's hard to humble yourself. And some of us have such a habit. I seen somebody on Facebook one day and it was like, I thank God that I'm so humble, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn, you ain't humble if you calling yourself humble, because that means you still need to be humbled even more, because you automatically just feel like you humble. That ain't humble. You know, and this guy taught me that years ago, and it made perfect sense, because it's like, oh, I'm humble. That's self-righteous. To sit there and call yourself humble is self-righteous as hell. So it's just like, you know, allow God to humble us. And if you really allow God to humble you, you're going to feel like, you're not going to feel like you got to put people in their place. Unless that ego get involved. That ego is a mud, boy. That pride, that flesh. flesh will have you feeling like you gotta whoop everybody ass, or you can't let nobody. And all it is a defense mechanism. All it is like, I'm not gonna let this person get me. You don't have to live with that mentality. You know what I'm saying? If you live from a place of love, you don't have to worry about that. It's all about where you live from. If you live from the inside out, you don't have to worry about that. But like I said, it's easy to fall into that. But you just gotta, it's a daily thing where you have to put yourself to the side. You have to see from a different perspective, from somebody else's perspective. And like that's a matter of fact, that was one of my prayers today. God, let me see through your eyes. And so I believe, God, that's what happened when I went to Captain D's today. I was able to see through the eyes of God. Like, you know what, that lady, she didn't know better, man. She didn't know better. So, yeah, manifesting, it's all on you. Everything that you want is all on you. And definitely have, clear energy. Definitely look at yourself. Be willing to look at yourself, not blame yourself, not point the finger at yourself and be down on yourself and be hard on yourself, but just look at yourself. Like, do a self-examination. Do a self-reflection. And ask God, Lord, show me the errors of my ways. What are the errors of my ways? And repent. Ask God to forgive you. Please forgive me. You know what I mean? Please forgive me for just, for living from the ego. Please forgive me from living from a spirit of pride or from a place of pride. Please forgive me for, those things, like feeling like I have to be right. Please forgive me for always wanting to be in control. Please forgive me. You know what I'm saying? And just let it all go. And just be thankful in everything that you do. And be willing to forgive others. Like, just be willing to forgive. Like, it hurts. So it takes way more energy to hold some shit in against somebody than it does to just let the shit go and keep it moving. Like, when you not bothered by a person, your energy be so light. But when you holding stuff in, it don't do nothing but hold you down. And then it don't do nothing but hold up your blessings. Some of y'all got so much stuff that's held up, and it can't wait to be released, because all you have to do is let go. And you just refuse to let go. It's just like, I'm not letting it go. I'm holding on to that. I'm mad at them. I'm going to stay mad at them. For what? Like, let it go. Get over the shit. Like, life is not forever in these bodies anyway. So let it go. Another thing I want to say, please stop taking people for granted, life for granted, because nobody is promised tomorrow. So while you have a chance to make things right with people, make them right while you can, before it's too late. You fine, baby. Go ahead. You clean that tub out? Thank you. But yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about as far as manifesting. I think that's all I need to say as far as that is concerned. Just believe that whatever it is that you want, you can have it. But just be willing to have self-discipline, because you're going to need some of that. You're going to need some love. And you're going to need some forgiveness. And, yeah, that's it. That's all it's really takes. Just love is the main thing. Like, love is the shit, okay? If you walk in love, like, everything else is you're just gonna be a magnet for good shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll also be a magnet for darkness, because the darkness is attracted to the light. But fuck the darkness, you know what I'm saying? Tell that shit, get behind me, Satan. Get underneath my feet. You know what I mean? You ain't got no place here. I'm trading over you. Fuck that shit and stay away from it. And keep your head up, Keep your head to the sky. And shoot, man, live from a place of love and a place of, I feel like love is the most powerful thing, just living from that place alone. And change your perspectives, shit ain't right in this world. Like I was saying earlier in the video about, you know, how they treat our kids in school and stuff. It's not right, but it's just all about that perspective. Like, yeah, and you can change things just by prayer, just by speaking into the atmosphere. That's another thing I needed to say. Speaking into the atmosphere, changing the atmosphere. Words are spirits, okay? And your tongue holds the power of life and death in it. And whatever you speak, it can come to pass, whether it's bad or good, if you think it. Because you're sending out a vibration, you're sending out a frequency just by a thought. So it all begins with a thought. How do you choose to entertain those thoughts? So I'm about to make another video just on that alone. But I just wanted to make this video about manifestation and just letting y'all know that anything that you want is possible. Just go for it. It's already yours. Trust God and know that it's already yours. Do the necessary work. You know, all these damn magic spells and shit. You know, to each his own. I don't knock people for what they do. You know, alchemy is one thing, but like, you know, doing negative, like fucking with other people's energy, burying people's drawers in the backyard to make them fall in love with you because you call yourself manifesting love, man, that's not real love. You know what I mean? Like, that shit ain't fucking real. Like, it's temporary. It's an illusion. So, you know, I don't feel like, you know, going about things that way, and to each his own. But me personally, I feel like going about things that way, you're not giving God, the universe, yourself, the God in you, the creator, the true opportunity to really give you that in its true form. It's just some, you know, I'm not even gonna say it, but yeah, have fun, y'all. So I challenge you all to get out your vision boards. Watch The Secret, for sure. Watch The Secret, and you know, start brainstorming. Get in your quiet space and turn the lights. I turn the lights off when I meditate. I don't even like to have lights on. I sit there in the dark, close my eyes, put my headphones in, burn the incense, burn some sage, listen to some music, and I just breathe and just zone out. And yeah, and then just whatever you're getting when you're meditating, write it down. And definitely write down your goals and dreams, and make your vision board and concentrate on that vision board every day. So that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. I hope you like this video. If you do, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell down below, and share this video. Look forward to more content. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. I'm going to be more consistent with uploading videos for you guys. And if y'all want me to make a video about anything in particular, please let me know. I will do that. I also am going to be very soon, look forward to some, I'm going to be doing some tarot videos, like start doing readings on here for, I don't know if I want to do it for the different signs or not yet, or if I want to do it for, I don't even know if I want to use the tarot cards, because I get a lot of channel messages too. So I don't know how I'm going to do it, but just look forward. That's coming pretty soon. I think I'm going to start in June, like towards the end of June, because I got to do some spiritual work within myself first before I really engage in this. What else can you look forward to? Also, I'm going to start doing a lot of some prayer videos, just praying, like healing videos. Look forward for those. And I think that's it. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Sorry, y'all. And then probably just some fun, silly stuff, like, you know, me just making music. I may do some, if y'all want me to do like some covers, singing videos, I'm going to do some of those, because I do love to sing. And I may even do some of my old raps on here for y'all. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, start manifesting, y'all. I want to see y'all win. And Thank you to all my subscribers. I love y'all. Everyone who supports me, I love y'all. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.